हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम हरे राम 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 हरे हरे. Welcome to the video series Learnings from Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Chapter 2, Sankhya Yoga. This video series dedicated to His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Let's start with a prayer. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananshalaakaya चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः. श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपकदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्. वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरुः श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांशं श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांशं. हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधो जगतपते गोपेश गोपिकाकांत राधाकांत नमोस्तुते. तप्त कांश गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये. वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः. श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद. हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. Today we will discuss Shloka 1 to Shloka 20, Chapter 2, Sankhya Yoga. Tam tata krupayavishtam ashrupurnakulakṣenam vishidantamidam vakyam muvacha madhusudana. Heart with compassion. As true devotee of Lord Krishna, Arjuna had a compassionate heart. His eyes was full of tears and he sat down depressed. As Kshatriya, having compassionate heart or feeling about enemies have no use. They must have feeling of anger at the time of battle. So having feeling of compassion is completely depend upon situation. What situation demand is what one has to follow. In our lives too, we must have to play different roles and responsibilities. Therefore, every time and every situation, feeling of compassion has no use. We must be adaptable and use right approach as per situation demand. So, how can we behave in different situations? Answer is we must learn to adapt ourselves as per situation demands. कुतस्त्वकश्ममीलं दं विषमे समुमस्थितम् अनार्यजुष्टमस्वग्यं कीर्तिकरमर्जुनम्. Lord Krishna is everywhere. Presence of Lord Krishna is everywhere. There is no limit with respect to place, time, climate as such for presence of Supreme Lord Krishna. To understand his presence, having five senses of body are not sufficient. To understand Supreme Lord Krishna and his presence, we must have senses which are backed by spiritual knowledge. To gain spirituality, we should read all our scriptures, listen and send spiritual stories consistently. Faith and trust are foundation blocks to understand Lord Krishna and feel his presence. When we would have faith and trust, we will feel Supreme Lord Krishna's presence at everywhere and in every situation. So, what needs to be done to understand Lord Krishna and his presence? Answer is have faith, trust, and read and understand our scriptures. क्लेब्यमास्मगमः पार्थनैतत्त्वयूपपद्यते क्षुद्रं हृदया दौर्बल्यं त्यक्तोत्तिष्ठ परं तप. Mentally retarded. While answering to Arjuna, Supreme Lord Krishna first asked Arjuna to give up mental retardation. The way Arjuna was behaving was the example of his mental retardation. He was so depressed, confused, and got mentally disturbed. Therefore, he unable to make decision. By way of Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna cleared all the doubts raised by Arjuna. By the time Bhagavad Gita ends, Arjuna's mind was completely healed and heart was completely pure. In our life too, we all come situations with such type of situation. As a result, few of us may choose to suicide also. Therefore, to overcome such mental disturbance, we must keep faith in Lord Krishna and just surrender to it. Increase and on choose spiritual reading. So, how can we overcome from mental retardedness? Answer is just surrender to Supreme Lord Krishna, keep faith in Him, and increase and or choose spiritual reading. कथं भीष्ममहं सङ्ख्ये द्रोणं च मधुसूदन इषुभिः प्रतियोत्स्यामि पूजाः वरिसूदन. Importance of Guru. Arjuna raised a question to Supreme Lord Krishna that how could he shoot arrows to Bhishma Pitamaha, Guru Dronacharya? They were his gurus. Gurus are like second form of God only. If he did so, it would be a sinful act. Here Arjuna demonstrates the importance of gurus in anyone's life. However, having true guru in life is much more important. To know true Guru, one has to see whether it is from Guru parameter, as there are so many self proclaimed Gurus nowadays. True knowledge and wisdom come to us only from Guru Parampara form. True Gurus answer all our questions. Whenever we require, they shows a right path and or gives right direction so that we can lead a fruitful life. So, how can we recognize true Guru? Answer is Guru should be from Guru Parampara. गुरुन् हत्वा हि महानुभावान् श्रेयो भक्तुं भैक्षमपीह लोके हत्वार्थकामास्तु गुरुणैहेव भून्नीय भोगारुन्धीर प्रतिज्ञानम्. Selfishness. Arjuna telling the Lord Krishna that if he kills all Kauravas, including Bhishma Pitamaha, Guru Dronacharya, then it will be a sinful for him. Here Arjuna thinking of himself, he didn't want to be a part of sin by killing them. While explaining further, Supreme Lord Krishna clarifies Arjuna that it was not the way you thought. You will be walked on path of dharma if you kill them. In our life too, on number of occasions and on in situations we behave and or act like selfish. This selfishness impact our relationships with others, personal level as well as professional level. Just like Supreme Lord Krishna was with Arjuna, he is also present with us. He guides us by way of our intellect. So, how Lord Krishna guide us to overcome from selfishness? Answer is Supreme Lord Krishna guide us by way of our intellect. न चैतद्विनः कर्तरन्नो गर्यो यद्वा जयम यदि वा नो जयेयु यानेव हत्वा न जीविषाम् स्तेव स्थितः प्रमुखे धार्तराष्ट्रः. Control of senses. Arjuna was the true example of how to control senses. Therefore, he was beloved devotee of Lord Krishna among others. To spread wisdom through Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna used Arjuna as mediator between us and Lord Krishna. Therefore, even if Arjuna had control over his senses, he became confused and unable to make decisions. In our life, many times we don't have control over our senses and therefore we stay behind in path of pure bhakti. If we want to make progress in pure bhakti of Lord Krishna, we must endure to have control over our senses. To control over our senses, we must start to do daily chanting of Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, eat sattvic food, read and listen scriptures, talk politely with everyone. So, how can we control our senses? Answer is start chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra daily on consistent basis. Eat sattvic food, read and listen scriptures, and talk politely with everyone. कार्पण्यदोषोपहतः स्वभावः पृच्छामि त्वां धर्मसमुड्डचेतः यच्छेयस्यान्यचित्तं ब्रूहि तन्मे शिष्यतेऽहं शाधिमा त्वां प्रपन्नम्. Accept and surrender. Arjuna asked number of questions to Supreme Lord Krishna and also gave reasons for why he didn't want to battle. At the end of he accepted that he was confused and unable to make decision. He requested Lord Krishna to show him path of dharma. He completely surrendered to Supreme Lord Krishna. In our life too, we come across with such type of situations in which we are not able to make a decision. But what happened with us that generally we don't accept the thing that we are confused and unable to make decision. Many times this non-acceptance would result in incorrect decision, which may impact us as well as our family members. Therefore, instead of non-acceptance, we must first accept that we are confused and unable to identify a right path. After that, post surrender to Lord Krishna and seek for answer. The answer will definitely come through your guru and or your intellect. So how to seek answers from Supreme Lord Krishna? Answer is first accept the situation and surrender to Supreme Lord Krishna for answers. न हि प्रप्यशामि ममापुनिद्यां यच्चोकमुच्छोषणामिन्द्रियाणाम् अवाप्य भूमावसप्तमूर्धं राज्यं सुराणामपि चाधिपत्यम्. Overcoming feeling of sorrow, sadness. Arjuna was feeling so sad, sorrow that he was unable to understand what to do. Arjuna was unable to understand how could he overcome feeling of sorrow and sadness, and therefore he requested Supreme Lord Krishna to guide and help him to overcome feeling of sorrow and sadness. In our day-to-day life, we also face feeling of sorrow, sadness, feeling of not to do anything, and many more. We also feel stuck in life due to such kind of feelings. However, many times we don't want to share those feelings with our guru and our near and dear ones from the family. To overcome from such feelings, we must share those feelings with our guru and or with our near and dear ones. Supreme Lord Krishna definitely through them will guide and help us to overcome such feelings. So just surrender ourselves to Supreme Lord Krishna. So, how can we overcome from the feeling of sorrow and sadness? Answer is surrender to Supreme Lord Krishna and share that feeling with your gurus and or with near and dear ones. Sanjaya Uvacha Eva Mukta Rishikesham गुडाकेशः परन्तपः न योऽस्य इति गोविन् मुक्त्वा तृष्णी बभूवः। Find true Guru. Arjuna was great warrior. No one would defeat him at that time. Even if this was the case, he also went confused and unable to find answers for his confusion. Until the battle, Arjuna and Lord Krishna were relatives and friends. However, when Arjuna didn't find any answer to his confusion, he considered Supreme Lord Krishna as his guru and requested him to show him true path of dharma. In our life too, we also get stuck and unable to move on. We are also on our own try to find ways or answers. However, many times we are not keen to discuss it with anybody. We may feel shameful as we think that if we discuss issue with anybody, the other one will make a fun of it. But this thinking will make a problem even worse. Therefore, in such situations, discuss it with wise person or read a book. Our guru would be anyone that is a person or a book or a good podcast on relevant subject. So, what is the role of guru and how to find out? Answer is guru will show as a path of dharma and guru may be in a book form and or in any other form. You must be able to recognize it. तमुवाच ऋषिकेशः प्रहसन्नीव भारत सेनयोरुभयो मध्ये विषिदन्तमिदं वच्च. Without Guru, we can't progress in bhakti. Lord Krishna and Arjuna were relatives and friends till the date of battle. Till the date Arjuna accepted Lord Krishna as his gurus. They both were friends and make jokes and fun with each other. Their earlier conversations were not that much serious and depth. When Arjuna requested Supreme Lord Krishna to show him the true path of Dharma by accepting Supreme Lord Krishna as his Guru, then from that time onwards, a serious and deep conversation began between them. Likewise, in our life too, if we want to make a progress in bhakti, we must search for a true guru who will take us ahead in path of pure bhakti. So, how can we make a progress in bhakti? Search for a guru who is from Guru Parampara and just surrender to him to experience a divine path of bhakti. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha अशोचानवैशोषस्त्वं प्रज्ञावादां च भाषसे गतासु न गतासुंस नानुशोषञ्चितं पंडितः. Birth, death. Lord Krishna, with a smile on his face, said to Arjuna that you think that you are talking like scholar, but you are not, because true scholar didn't think much about birth and death of anybody. Whoever take a birth will going to die someday or the other. It's a nature's rule. We all knew this fact, but even then, our attachments with things, with people, is like we are living on this planet forever. We start giving reasons and or excuses to defend our attachment. Unless we stop giving reasons and or excuses with respect to our attachments, we would unable to walk on path of detachment. So, how could we start walking on a path of detachment? Answer is stop giving reasons and or excuses to defend our attachments. न त्वेवाहं जातु नासं न त्वं नेमे जनादीपः न चैव न भविष्यामः सर्वे वयमतः परम्. We are attached to happiness. While explaining further, Lord Krishna said to Arjuna that it's not that we weren't before and it's not that we won't be. He asked Arjuna why and for what he said about. We are in our actual attached to the happiness and not to the thing or a person. The happiness which we experience from a particular thing or a person is what the actual reason of our sadness. If that thing or a person is not with us anymore, therefore we feel sad not because of a particular thing or a person not with us, but we feel sad only because the happiness which we are getting from that particular thing and or from a person is now would be permanently stopped. Therefore, in our life, what makes the difference is that feeling of happiness which we get from a particular thing or a person and not that thing or a person. So, whether we are attached to a particular thing or a particular person, answer is we are neither attached to a particular thing nor to a particular person, but we are attached to the feeling of happiness which we get from that particular thing or from a particular person. देहिनोऽस्मिन्यच्चादेहे कौमारयौवनं जरा तथा देहान्तरप्राप्ति धीरस्तत्र न मुह्यति. Attached to spirituality than material world. Supreme Lord Krishna said to Arjuna that every human being has to go from three stages. That is from childhood to adulthood to old age. In same way, soul transform from one body to another body. Then what is it that you sad about? In our life too, we all are attached to many material things and relationships. Attachment is good to some extent, but many times this attachment overpower our very aspect of life. And from that onwards, we started feeling unhappy, sad, depressed, stressed. To transform ourselves from material attachment, we must choose spirituality. Start morning japa, read scriptures, listen and send stories based on scriptures. Slowly, we will be able to walk on path of spirituality. So how can we transform ourselves and or detach from material world to spiritual world? Answer is surrender to Supreme Lord Krishna, start doing morning japa, read scriptures and listen and send stories based on scriptures. मात्रा स्पर्शान्तु कौन्तेय शीतोष्ण सुखदुःखदा आगमापायिनो नित्या स्थान्तिस्ति स्वभारत. Tolerance. While explaining the importance of tolerance to Arjuna, Supreme Lord Krishna said to Arjuna that no that moment of cold and hot, happiness and sadness will be part of the life. Those who taken the birth have to face death. So while performing your duties, you have to learn to tolerate. Arjuna, you have to tolerate the sadness which you are going to face by killing your relatives and guru. But to do that is what your dharma is. In our life too, we have to tolerate people and our situations, but it doesn't mean that you have to tolerate a dharma in any way. You have to fight back and or answer while performing your duties in rightful way. So how can we face and or move ahead from feeling of sadness? Answer is just like we enjoy feeling of happiness, we must tolerate the feeling of sadness for time being. Remember, nothing is permanent. यम हीन व्यथयन्त्यत्ते पुरुषं पुरुषर्षभ समदुःख सुखं धीरं सोमुत्रत्वाय कल्पते. Salvation. Lord Krishna said to Arjuna that a person who is remain steady in happy as well as in sad movement is a person who is appropriate for salvation. So learn to keep yourself steady in any situation. Once you are able to study yourself in any situation, a path to liberation will open for you. In our life, we all always want to remain happy, and wherever situation turn out against us, we start getting stressed or feel depressed and sad. We must learn to be steady whatever would be a situation. Once we learn that, then whatever will be a situation, happy or sad, we will not affect by it. So when we become appropriate for salvation, answer is when we learn to remain steady in any situation. न सतो विद्यते भावो न भावो विद्यते सतः उभयोरपि द्रष्टोऽन्तः स्तनयोस्तसत्त्वदर्शभिः. Don't think about the body. Supreme Lord Krishna explained to Arjuna that what seems to be is not so, and what seems not to be is also not so. Don't limit your thought process to the extent of your body. Go deep, think deep. In our day to day life, many times we think and act by focusing on or making our body as center point. We must start thinking by keeping a broader point of view. To enable such broader point of view in thought process, we must start reading scriptures, associate with like-minded people, and chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. So how can we think deep? Answer is associate with like-minded people, read scriptures, and start chanting Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. अविनाशी तु तद्विदं येन सर्वमिदं ततं विनाशमव्यस्यस्य न कश्चित् कर्तुमुर्हति. Original self is eternal. While explaining about self, Lord Krishna said to Arjuna that the original self is eternal. It is indestructible. No one is capable to destruct it. In our life, we all run away from the truth that the physical body is destructible, but our original soul is not. While living in a material world, we always think and act according to our physical body point of view. We keep running to fulfill our senses' demand. Many of us also fear about death because while we living, keep our physical body as our center point than our original self that is soul. To overcome such condition, we must surrender to Lord Krishna and do as much as bhakti we can. So, how can we condition our mind from physical body to our eternal self? Answer is just surrender to Lord Krishna and do as much as bhakti we can. अन्तवतम् इमे देहा नित्यस्तोक्ता शरीरिणः अनाशीनो प्रमयस्य तस्मादुस्तस्व भारत. येनं वेत्ति हन्तारं यशेन मन्यते हतम् उभक्तो न विजानीतो नायं हन्ति न हन्यते. Do good deeds. Lord Krishna, while explaining about soul and physical body to Arjuna, said that this soul is not destructible. What is destructible is your physical form. So don't think much about this physical form and do your duties. As Supreme Lord Krishna said that our soul is not destructible, what is important to us is that we have to do good deeds in the present life so that those good deeds will help us in our next birth, if any. Instead of thinking about our past births or karmas, what is now in our hand is to focus on present and do good deeds consistently. So, should we reflect upon our past birth and our karmas? Answer is don't think much about your past births and karmas. Instead, what is in your hand is to focus on present life and doing good deeds in the present life. न जायते म्रियते वा कदाचित् न्यायं भूत्वा भविता वा न भूयः अजो नित्यः शाश्वतोऽयं पुराणो न हन्यते हन्यमाने शरीरे. Start and end is limited to physical body. While explaining further, Supreme Lord Krishna said to Arjuna that soul don't take birth and or face death. Soul only transform from one form to another. Soul is neither destructible nor anyone destruct the soul. While living our day to day life, what we do is we give more importance to our physical form and forget to focus on our soul. We try to accomplish every demand of our physical body, and in that process, we become a slave of our senses. We, if we don't want to become a slave of our senses, we must think beyond our physical form, and to think deeply, we must read scriptures. So, to think deeply, what should we do? Answer is to think deeply, we must read scriptures. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Rama, Hare Hare.